Hi, I'm Ian, International Student Ambassador and host of LBU Global Voices, and I'm sitting down with Andrea today to talk about culture shock. Hi, Andrea.
Hi.
So, how long have you been in Leeds?
I have been here about 9 months. I arrived last October.
And where are you arriving from?
From Mexico.
If you came in last October, I'm imagining you came in while we were in lockdown. What was your experience with that?
I arrived here on October, then the lockdown, they put a lockdown on November. So yeah, it was kind of difficult because I arrived and everything was closed. Yeah.
I imagine that the culture of Mexico and the culture of Leeds are very different. What were a couple big culture shocks you felt when you got here?
Well, first of all, the weather. I was so like, why it's so cold, and also the time zone, because when I arrived here it got dark around 4 p.m. So that was like, I just felt like the day ended at 4 p.m. and that was really difficult.
I know what you mean about the time zone, because especially arriving in October, the days end at like 3 p.m. Sometimes 4 p.m. and you're like, I have to get through the rest of the day, but my brain is telling me to go to sleep.
Change of food also, because I can't really find the products I need to cook my food. Unlike many other cultures, here they sometimes can find their products, but for me it's difficult. I've only found one store in London.
Do you get homesick?
Yeah, a bit. I mean, obviously I do miss my family and friends, but at the same time, like, even when I came here, you have to have that mindset, of just be willing to whatever comes, and having that adventure mindset. So of course I miss, but right now I want to be here, and that's good.
What are some of your favorite things about Leeds that make this adventure so exciting?
Well, right now that everything is getting a bit back to normal, I think it's good that it's for students, especially. It's a really good city for students because everyone around is a student or young, or so you can feel that kind of life and energy of the city. I think it also has a lot of places to go out, and also like a lot of nature. Like sometimes you have to cross, a bit of forest to get somewhere.
I know what you mean. Like, you'll be following the Google Maps and you'll be like, oh, it's a 13-minute walk. And then all of a sudden you're going through the woods.
Yeah,
Like, did I get lost
yeah.
hiking now? Like, I've also found personally, when I first got here, the biggest culture shock was that people will say like, oh, are you all right? Like, just walking down the street. What was your experience with that?
Yeah, I think I did feel a difference. They're a bit more friendly here. The first days I was here, my phone wasn't working, and I had to go out to buy groceries, and I didn't know anything. It was the first day out of lockdown, actually. So I went alone. I wrote the instructions on paper, and I went alone. And when I was back, I didn't know how to get back, and I couldn't find a taxi. So this girl actually booked me an Uber. I asked her like, where can I get a taxi? And she booked me an Uber, and she didn't even let me pay, and she just booked it for me, and I got home safe. So that's a story and a good experience.
That's a great experience. Wow. Did you attend any events that you met people through?
In Christmas there was really good activities where you had to, they left packages downstairs, and you could pick one, and you could decorate cookies, and you could make crafts, and you could connect through video call with these other people who were doing it. So yeah, those were the events I had this year, and I did meet people. I think being online, it was a bit more hard to really get along with, because you met them, you got like in touch, their social media, everything, but then you don't talk to them only on the events. So that's the difficult part of that. But either way, I did get like to talk to people and interact and be friendly, you know.
I agree. It is nice to have the virtual events as a supplement because then you can kind of like make those connections. But now that things are opening up again and we can actually connect in real life, we can grow those connections. I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to a lot of the in-person virtual events that will be coming up. Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you for sitting down and talking about culture shock with me, Andrea, and for sharing your experience with me.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun.